What's up? You know what? I've been really meaning to talk about this for a minute, for a couple months actually, and I just never got around to it. But what I want to talk about is free will. I want to talk about free will, and before I do go any further, wow, this lemonade simply it's got some bop in it. It really does. Matter of fact. I'll be an advocate. Throw me a check. Somebody tag them. We can make it happen. I'll make a jingle. Let's go. But anyways, I feel like people really, really misunderstand free will, including myself. I did for a while as well. But now, like you guys know, I listen to this guy, man, and this guy, I can tell that he's just like spiritually into he's on another level spiritually. He's 75 years old. His name's Jesse Lee Peterson, and he just breaks things down and explains things in a way I've never heard them. He's a teacher of the word, just of the spirit. And he explained free will to me in a way that I understood, that I've never heard it explained ever. And it's so simple. And then I was like, wow, that's it. That's true. That's the truth. But anyways, so free will. There's you don't have a free will. We don't have a free will. This is the way he explained it, and then I'll give you examples um, about it. But anyways, he explained that there is no free will because you're either gonna do God's will for your life or Satan's will for your life. And then I said, wow. And then he didn't say this, but I put it. This is what people do instead of saying we should be saying free choice, but we call it free choice free will because we have a free choice to choose our will. So your will is not free, right? Because God has a will for your life, and so does Satan. But the choice is free. You have a choice to pick your will. See what I'm saying? And so, for example, me. I was a drug dealer. I sold weed for 5 years. I just quit selling weed last year. And so it was when I started doing music. Um, well, first I had got fired from Chrysler, and I was listening to thoughts in my mind, and one of the thoughts were that you're scared to sell weed because I was going to go broke eventually if I didn't. I lost my job, and so I was like, I called my guy that I've been knowing since I was in middle school, and let me get that. And from there, I didn't expect to be selling it for that long, but that's how it started. And then I started doing music, and so I paid for music with the weed money, and I paid for my rent with weed money, and I paid for everything with weed money. And there were some fun times. I'm not gonna act like it was. I enjoyed not working. That I was lazy. I enjoyed not working. I did that for 5. I had a little couple of odd jobs here and there that I worked for a month or two, maybe 3 tops. But I didn't. I enjoyed not working and just doing what I wanted. Yeah, I had some fun times, but then I had tribulations I went through. My house was broken into. I didn't trust anyone. I always had to look over my shoulder. Um, I really did not trust anyone. Like that was the most. I was like paranoid in a way. Just it was just bad. But as soon as I quit selling weed, which I just quit selling weed last year, God blessed me with the awesome job. The job I have now is awesome. And I don't have any bad days. I just have bad moments. I don't have no bad day. I have bad moments, because I live in the present. But and so God blessed me in that aspect. But I knew I didn't pretend. The thing is just don't pretend. Don't lie to yourself. I never pretended like what I was doing wasn't a sin. I was that guy that I would talk to God. I knew I was about to do say I didn't look at it that way at that time, but I know I was about to do Satan's will for my life. And I would talk to God and say, God, you know what? Just I'm gonna make 20 to 50 grand, and I'm gonna get out the game. You know what I'm saying? Just allow me, just keep me covered. Keep me out of jail. Blah blah blah. Keep me safe. And He did. I didn't go to jail. I never went to jail. But like I said, I suffered trials and tribulations and consequences in other ways. I wasn't. I just explained all the things, my house getting broken, losing friends, family, whatever, people that's supposed to be close to you disappear, and not being able to trust nobody is terrible. That's a terrible feeling. Not being able to trust nobody, and just the paranoia that comes with that. And so that was the Satan's part of it, the consequences that I had to go through because I chose Satan's will. Now, had I chose God's will from the jump and just found another job and trusted Him and did it His way, my life would probably be in a totally different place right now. I know it would be. For a fact, I know it would be. But because I was rebellious and I wanted to do it the easy way and my way and Satan's way, I suffered. I suffered more than I would have ever had to doing God's will, doing it God's way, which was God's will. And so, but yeah, the thing that's important is that to know when you're doing something, when you're doing Satan's will for your life, to at least know that. Don't pretend like it's not. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can admit when I'm doing okay. But things are a process, and overcoming is also a process. Don't judge yourself. Let God judge you, but want to do better, and then God will see you through that, and eventually you'll just overcome it. And so, and that's what I do now. I don't judge myself and beat myself up for, things Satan's wills that I've done for my life, especially when I want to do better. I just pray to God and talk to God, say, God, look, open the door so I can do this and stop doing this. And then over time, it's a process usually because a lot of times I was addicted to the lifestyle of selling weed. I sold it every day for almost 6 years. So I was addicted to that lifestyle of not working. I was lazy. And so I had to overcome that. And that's what God allowed me to see this year, just last year. There was a point where I was just like, you know what? I asked God to give me the will to want to work. And then I started where I worked 3 jobs last year. The third one is I worked, and I'm still working the third one, which is a blessing. This job is awesome. But when I first started working, I hated it. I felt like I did when I worked at Chrysler. I hated it. And I had to ask God to give me joy while I was at work, and He did it. Like it got to the point where I wanted to go to work. I didn't mind it. Like it was fine. And then He just kept promoting me. That I started off making $10. Then the next job I made $12, and then I'm at my third job and I make more than that. I ain't gonna tell you how much I make, but I make decent money, and I can do pretty much whatever I want to do. And so, and that was quick. That's quick promotions. Once you do things God's will, he'll promote you quicker than Satan can, or Satan will. And if Satan does promote you quick, you better believe it's going to be a huge consequence. You know what I'm saying? It just staying in touch with God is what's important, because once you show God you value Him and His word, He will see you through it. But if you're a person that this is like, oh, well, this ain't a sin. I don't believe in sin. I don't believe in God. Well, now you're really doing Satan's will for your life, because he wants you not to ever believe in God. As a matter of fact, he wants you to believe that He's not even real. And so, but yeah, that guy's smart. Like I said, Satan's smarter than you and I. He used to be in heaven with God. He was the smartest angel. He was the smartest spirit after God and Jesus. It was Lucifer. So you're not smarter than Satan. But anyways, you don't have a free will. You gonna do Satan's will, or you gonna do God's will. Period. Pooh.